Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are Dana Gomez, Eric Pulgarin, and Juan Buitrago, who told you. Today, we are going to tell you about the networking. What is a network? The characteristics, types, advantage, and disadvantage. As everyone knows, the social network is the internet-based social media sites to stay connected with family, friends, or clients. But what is all start? So maybe you already know what a network is. Maybe in your home you build your network, or maybe you helped to run someone to make your own network. In your work home, you have a bunch of devices: computers, printers, TVs, smartphones, and so on connected by means of a network, physical network. When the devices are connected, they are able to share data. In essential, the network is the hardware physically in your home or office.
Once the networking is understood, we can talk about our central theme, which is the social networks. Can you imagine without searching for things on Google or without staying connected with your friends and family during your day? Probably not. So, what is the origin of social networks and what are they specifically? The origin of the social networks is quite recent. It can be said that they arise in 1995 with the creation of Classmates at the hands of the American Randy Conrads. These social networks sought to gather former classmates or universities. Then, seeing that the project was successful, new social networks began to appear that sought to gather friends. The social networks, as we know them, allow these groups of people to be in a virtual environment, becoming websites formed by communities of people who have things in common. We can classify the social networks according to their origin and function in first, generic networks. They are very numerous and popular like Facebook or Twitter. Second, in professional networks like LinkedIn, which involve individuals who share the work environment. And finally, in thematic networks, they relate people with a specific interests in common such as music, hobbies, sports, etc. In that sense, we can say that apart from the personal, the communication offered by the social networks to companies, for example, is fast, effective, and can reach many people, where the more social networks, the greater the presence can be and older people who follow it on the internet.
And now we are going to mention some of the most important social networks of the decade, which are the following: Facebook, which is among the most visited and important at the moment; YouTube, which is a video content site; WhatsApp, which is the most widely used social messaging network; Facebook Messenger, which is a sub-platform of Facebook; Twitter, which is used to comment on specific topics; Instagram, which is used to upload edited photo and video files. Social networks have many negative and positive aspects, and if we know how to manage them in the best way and take advantage of these valuable tools, they will facilitate use a lot of work and time in the same way that we can access to meet a new people and thus access to sell products or anything else we want when interacting with these people. But on the negative side, we can find undesirable people who can steal from use or can harm use. In this way, we conclude that social networks are very important for this decade, and it is necessary to adapt and evolve at their rhythm.